Let's return to that breaking news that President Biden has been diagnosed with prostate cancer with metastasis to the bone. That's according to a statement from his office. Well, let's go to our North America correspondent, Jake Kwon, now. So, Jake, can you just give us a bit more detail around this breaking news?
There's actually very little detail available from the statement we received from former President Joe Biden's office. He has went to the hospital to get examined, and the doctors have discovered a prostate cancer in the biopsy that they have taken, and that this cancer, they appears to be a more aggressive form of cancer, that it had spread to his bone, which is not a very good sign. So what happened a little bit ago was that last week, Mr. Biden was having some trouble. He had increasingly more and more urinary problems, and then he went to a hospital in Philadelphia where the doctors have taken a sample of him, and they discovered that there was a small nodule, a little bump in his prostate. So they took his sample, and on Friday, past Friday, they have discovered that it was in fact cancer. And this cancer had metastasized to his bone, which usually means that it is incurable at this point. It is quite advanced. I mean, Mr. Biden he's 82, and this is actually not his first time dealing with cancer. 2 years ago, he was treated for skin cancer as well. And prostate cancer is something that is actually very common for Americans who are reaching a more advanced age, like Mr. Biden. After skin cancer, prostate cancer is the second most common form of cancer for men in the United States. And it also happens to be the second most deadly form of cancer for men in the United States. So the doctors and the family of Mr. Biden will be discussing on what to do, the treatment plans in the coming future. And that's what we have learned just a little bit ago.
And we know, don't we, Jake, that it's nearly a year after the former president was forced to drop out of the US presidential election. That was over concerns about his health and his age.
That's correct. There has been a lot of concerns, a lot of talks around his health. There was that quite apparent cognitive decline that was happening after his quite frankly, an awful debate performance against President Trump, where he seemed to forget the track of his thoughts. He seemed to forget the names. He seemed to misspeak multiple times during the performance. There were also speeches where he seemed to also forget some of the names or people that were very close to him. We also heard reports that at one point, while he was on a fundraising campaign, he seemed to forget the face of George Clooney, the Hollywood actor who is likely one of the most famous person in the world. So all these things were happening, and which kind of added to the mounting pressure for him to drop out and to really yield space for Kamala Harris. And this is something that we have seen in the last election cycle. And there was a lot of talk about his health when he was appearing for a series of interviews he has also done with the BBC. And Mr. Biden also seemed quite frail. His voice was no longer very strong. And his general health decline was becoming very visible. So I think a lot of people seeing the news from last week that he was going in for a biopsy, that this nodule was discovered, I think a lot of people had concerns for his health, and people had hoped for the best. But it is unfortunate that this news came today.
Okay, Jake, thank you very much. That's Jake Kwon, our North America correspondent there. And as you can see on your screen, there's a QR code that you can scan to read the full story about President Biden's cancer diagnosis.